Hey guys, welcome back to OC Outdoorsman. I'm back here at Redondo Beach. Just launched from King Harbor over here at the boat hoist. Water temperature today is 57 degrees. Air temperature is 46 degrees. Sun's coming out, so it is warming up quickly. Hopefully conditions will be better than last time. As you recall, last week the swells were crazy. But I checked the forecast for today and it's not going to be nearly as bad, so that's a plus. Well, as soon as I hit open water past the break wall, here's a glimpse of the swells we were dealing with today. As you can see, they were actually larger than the ones from last weekend. And up ahead, that's Quan fighting a snag. And then just off to my right, coming in there, is Mike. The three of us were just battling swells all day long. This particular spot was really deep. We're in over 400 feet of water at this point. And pretty much for most of the morning, we stayed in this spot. And it ranged in depth from 300 to over 400 feet. Unfortunately for me, I pretty much just caught sand dabs for the most part. And I'll be sharing some of that footage with you shortly. But again, the conditions weren't very good. The wind really started to pick up. And the swells just kept coming in. They never let up. I'm going to speed the footage to give you a good idea of how my day went. As you can see, pretty much all I caught today were Pacific sand dabs. Now, I released most of them. I kept only 2. And I placed them inside of my live well. I upgraded my aerator, so I really wanted to test it out today, see how long they would thrive. By now it was early afternoon and wind speed approached 15 miles an hour, so I decided to head back. Okay, so if you're looking at the numbers there to the left, the top one is my depth, 295 feet. And then as I work my way down, there's the air temperature, the water temperature is 59.8 degrees. And at the very bottom is my speed. So you can see I'm averaging, or it's going up and down as I pedal frantically there, between 3.2 to 5 miles an hour. But then whenever I hit a massive swell head on, it slows me down. But you can see these aren't the best of conditions. Whoa! Man, I'm being battered around like crazy here. I really want to get back. I really need to track or test out this yak under better conditions to see really how fast I can go. It's really hard to do that when the water's this rough. But that'll give you some idea of how fast this yak can move. Here I'm back inside the safety of the harbor, and this sea lion just wouldn't stop following me. As you can see, he is now just swimming right underneath my yak here, stalking me. For breath. So I decided to dunk my GoPro underwater to get a better shot of this seal as he just hangs out below me, staring at the bottom of my kayak. Sea lions are extremely curious. Years ago, when I used to do a lot of spearfishing, they would swim right up to me, wondering what I was doing as I hunted for calico bass, sheephead, and halibut down in Laguna Beach. So I decided to swing by the old hand launch and check it out. It looks like it's completely down right now as I don't know if they're renovating or they're rebuilding it, but it's completely gone. Wow. I thought it was just going to be revamped, but maybe they're rebuilding it. There's nothing there. This is why we are now using the boat hoist, which personally I do prefer. It's so much more convenient. But this is nice. This is a great way to launch your kayak, this hand. And now I can just relax and cruise around the harbor here of Redondo Beach. I'm making my approach now to the landing point, which is that boat hoist that you see there in the distance. Oh, looks like there's a boat there in front of me. I better wait till they take off. Last weekend, you saw how they hoisted my kayak into the ocean. Today, I'm filming them as they return it to my truck. Once again, just a fantastic service. It really makes life easier for us kayak anglers. As I mentioned earlier, I kept 2 sand dabs to test out my new air pump. Now, as you can see here, they're doing really well. They've been in this live well for hours and they both were doing well. Now, the cool thing about this air pump is it's rechargeable, it's portable, and has 2 air outlets. So you'll see that I have 2 diffuser stones inside of my live well. Here's another great feature of this air pump. By tapping the button here, you can change the mode so that it turns on and off for 10 to 15 seconds, so it's not continuously running. This is a great power saving mode. Also, because of the size of my live well, you don't need to continuously oxygenate the water. Having it turn on and off like this is ideal. Now, keep in mind that my previous air pump did the job well, but after about 4 to 5 months, it stopped working, which is why I ended up purchasing this one. I guess what they say is true, that you get what you pay for. The old one only cost about 10 or 11 bucks. This new Kedsum was around $26. But remember, this new Kedsum air pump has a built-in lithium battery that's rechargeable. It also has 2 modes for aeration and dual valves, so it is well worth the price. Okay, so here I've disconnected it from the live well and I'm now charging it. As you can see, there's a micro USB port on the side of this air pump that can plug into any USB port for charging. And it uses, as I mentioned, a lithium battery. When you first get it, it takes about 8 hours to charge, and then it's good for 30 hours. Also, the great thing about this is that it comes with 2 air outlets, so that you could use multiple diffusers, along with check valves to prevent water from coming up from the live well and into your pump, so it does protect it. One thing to note, Walmart sells this air pump for about $42, but if you use the link in my description, you can get it for $26. Because of the conditions, we were constantly moving. As you can see here, we covered nearly 8 miles of water today, and and I got a chance to test out and break in my new air pump. Well, thanks again for watching, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.